Hello. Hello. My head looks crooked here. I don't know if it's just my hair. It's like everything's on the opposite side. So bizarre. Okay. Looks a little strange. I don't know how to fix my hair. Okay, you know what we'll do? We'll just put it down. Oh my goodness, that was kind of funny. Anyways, hello, hello, hello. My name is Christine. Okay, now we don't know what's happening here. My name is Christine Renee, and I am from the F3 Collective. That is my company, and I like to talk about weight loss. And really, I had bariatric surgery approximately 2 years ago, and it has been one of the best experiences in my life. But, however, now I had it in June of 2022, and it is even though it was the best experience and I really enjoyed the process and I enjoyed losing weight and I lost about 70 pounds. I could have lost more had I truly paid attention to my body and stayed on top of it. So what ended up happening is I had bariatric surgery in June of 2022, the very end of June. By December, I had lost the full 70 pounds that I was basically gonna lose, and that was pretty much gonna be it. Like, that's just it's just what, my body was kinda like, "Okay, 70 pounds is it. That's as far as you're gonna go." So, I ended up about 170. That was about the, lowest my body was willing to go at the moment. And then I started creeping back up. I started creeping back up on the scale. I started creeping back up, um, just in lifestyle, right? I stopped paying attention to what I was eating. I stopped paying attention to what I was drinking. I wasn't continuing with my water intake. I was starting to drink caffeine again. I was starting to drink coffees that had, frilly things in it, like for some reason, and I just can't get away from it. The Dunkin' Donuts coffees. I live on the East Coast, and there's Dunkin' Donuts like every like 5 minutes. The during the holidays or when it starts like October, you have your like pumpkin spice and all that stuff. So I really started getting back into drinking these things, and these things have sugar. They have whipped cream, if you want it, and they have um just things in it that I really don't want to be drinking when I'm trying to pay attention to my body and pay attention to weight loss and pay attention to, all of my intake. So, one of my goals has been to truly get back to my health and wellness, to focus on my lifestyle changes and ensure that everything that I am doing is focused, right? Like my real true goal is to continue to lose weight. However, that is not my like main goal. It's a byproduct of my goal. My true goal is to stay on top of my health and wellness and make this a lifestyle change. So I'm 51 years old, and the older I got, the more things seem to be wrong with me, right? Between arthritis and I have shoulder pain, and I had really a lot of sciatic nerve pain, but I've noticed that that has actually gone away since I have been really working out at the gym a lot. But I really noticed that, of course, I'm getting older. So my focus on this whole health and wellness journey is really so that I can stay alive longer, right? Like, no longer is it about being thin. It really used to be about being thin. Like when I was growing up, and I've told this story before. When I was growing up, my goal was always to just lose weight and be thin and look like, the girl next door, the one that was super thin and cute. And, I was a dance major. I danced, and, everybody that was, in my dance team or troupe or whatever was stick thin. I was never that girl. I was always Alexa's gonna talk to me. Oh, thank you. That was my husband telling me that dinner's ready. Isn't that the best thing in the world? Anyways, so one of the things was yeah, I totally lost my train of thought, but being with, on my dance troupe and whatever, and everybody was just so thin, and my goal when I was younger was just to lose weight. I was born in the '70s. There was never that focus on losing weight, or I mean, I'm sorry, there wasn't that focus on getting strong and being at the gym and, this whole health and wellness thing. It was always just about being skinny and losing weight and losing weight and losing weight and losing weight. It wasn't about anything else. The whole focus was just completely different. Like it was about, the Sports Illustrated model, like what she looked like, and that was who you needed to be. That was what you needed to look like. You needed to look like the model instead of, a what everybody else looks like, right? Which was so different. We didn't look like the swimsuit model, whoever was on the cover of Sports Illustrated. We just didn't like, and we never had the opportunity. Like it just wasn't the thought to go to the gym for our health and our wellness, So now that I am 50 plus, I'm on the backside of my journey, right? Let's say. Um, and now it is really about eating better, going to the gym, all so that I can continue to be around for my grandchildren. I don't have any yet, but so that I can continue to be around for my grandchildren, so I can continue to be around for my youngest child, of course, my older children too, but my youngest is 15. So, I want to be able to be around and be, enjoyable, be able to walk, be able to, go with her to concerts and, other things that she wants to go to and enjoy, right? But I can't do that if I'm feeling sluggish, and I can't do that if I'm, overweight to the extent that I have trouble walking or, something like that. So my thought process, which has really come to head lately and over the past few months, has been to focus on myself in the sense that I like today, or yesterday was our first day for my 14-day reset and renew program. My intention for this program is to ensure that, for me personally, because others set different intentions, but my intention for me personally is to really focus on self-care and my self-awareness and like what I am doing for myself. So making sure that I have time to myself, making sure that I'm taking a few minutes to read a book, making sure that, maybe I'm journaling, making sure that I'm meditating. That was a big one because it seems as though when we become totally disconnected from ourselves is when we allow things to just go. We allow things to just go day to day to day to day to day. And suddenly a month later, we've gained 10 pounds. We're just going through the motions. We're just going to work. We're coming home. We're going to bed. We're not being mindful. We're not paying attention to what we're actually eating. We're not paying attention to our sleep, which is extremely important. That's the whole other half of, our life is sleep. And if we're not getting enough, we're really not giving ourselves the best foot forward, right? We're not putting our best foot forward when we are not getting the amount of sleep that we actually need, because that is the other half of our whole lifestyle, right? Half of our life is work and play and, enjoying our children, and the other half is sleep. Like half of our life is spent in a bed, so we need to make sure we have a good bed. We need to make sure we've got good pillows. We need to make sure that we are ready for bed when it's time to go to bed, because we are going to bed with too much caffeine in our system. We are watching our, phone or watching TV right before bed. We are stuck on our phones, right? Like how many of us have our phone like within y- y- like hand, my phone is like not very far away from myself. Either watching YouTube right now on your phone or it's like 2 seconds away. grab it, because we need to be so connected to the world. I actually deleted all the rest of my news apps off of my phone today. I had kept a couple just because, in case I needed to go check the news, but it doesn't matter. I don't need it. I don't care. I don't want to be notified about the news. If I need to know something really important, it will come to me. Um, but our mindfulness, we forget to pay attention to ourself, and we allow ourself to go through our life day to day to day to day without paying attention. And it really is time that you restart paying attention to yourself. We are in the 3rd week of January now. We have just started 2025, and as most of us do, we like to set our New Year's resolutions, or some people these days are choosing a word, what they want their word to be for the year. Um, I like to just set, like, an intention for the year, or, like, a couple of words, like I said, my health and wellness. That is my focus this year. Again, it was my focus last year, and it's gonna continue to be my focus until I am where I wanna be, right? And part of that is not only weight loss, but the remembering to take yourself into consideration, remembering to pay attention, remembering to say, okay, I need to make sure I'm going to bed at 9 o'clock at night so that I'm getting the proper amount of sleep, so that I can have my day tomorrow, so that I can remember to drink all my water, so that I can have the energy to go to the gym, so that I can remember to, take out the trash tomorrow, because I say things like that because we have a tendency when we don't get enough sleep, our memory fades and we start to think that, okay, maybe it's just because I'm getting older, but it's not. It's because we really need to continue to maintain the sleep that we need for our body. And our body really does go through a series of steps while we are sleeping. And it's a bunch of recovery. And it also solidifies our memory. There's so many other things that sleep does for us that is just incredible and resets our body, and it's so important that we put that in there. But it's remembering that you need to go to bed on time. That's part of the self-care. It's part of the not going through life just without paying attention. So it is so, so, so important that you remember to take care of yourself. You remember to write the things down that you wanna do so that you can remember you need to do those. It's so important that you meditate. It's important that you allow your brain to shut off for 10, 15, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes a day, right? I actually did meditate this morning for the first time in it's been months since I've meditated, but my goal is to come back to self. And for weight loss to happen, you do have to be mindful of your goals. You have to be mindful of your sleep. You have to be mindful about what you would like to do with your life. And if we're just going day to day without paying attention and not focusing, you're not going to hit the goals that you really truly desire. We're not going to be in the life that we really truly desire to be in. So it's truly important that you come back to self and you remember to pay attention. Make sure you're paying attention to your desires. Sit with yourself. 5 minutes is all you need to start. You should, give yourself more time than that, but starting with 5 minutes is not that difficult. It is and you could do it in many different ways. You don't have to do meditation. You can just sit with a notebook and just take 5, 10, 15 minutes to just write down what it is that your desires are. Write down that you want to remember to, make a salad every day. Maybe, write down that maybe your goal is to have bariatric surgery. So, part of bariatric surgery in that process is losing weight, prior to your surgery, which is kind of like a double-edged sword because it's kinda like, "Oh, wait, but aren't I using bariatric surgery to lose weight and I need to lose weight beforehand?" Yeah, you do. Unfortunately, and that's because of your kidneys and your body parts inside, they need to be, less fatty and you need room in there for them to operate, and they really require you to lose some weight prior. But maybe to do that, you need to write yourself a list of what you're gonna buy at the grocery store, but that is taking a moment. It's taking a moment to care about yourself. It's taking a moment to remember and come back to who you are and who you really wanna be. So, think about that. Consider the 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes of coming back to yourself and just remembering what your true desires are and what it is that you want to do with your life. And consider that, the self care is just as important as, eating something that's healthy for you. So the self care is part of, and probably like more than half of your goal of how you're going to get to where you want to go. So, good luck. DM me if you have any questions. Of course, you can leave some comments here and I will certainly reply. But if you're not following me over on Instagram, please do so. My name over there is Christine Renee underscore. I like to do stories over there and I love to, talk about my day and my workouts and, all of that craziness. But if you are interested, I also have a Mighty Networks network, and that is a paid membership, but I have all kinds of things over there from meditations to, sound healings to, many other talks in regards to self-care and healing and intuition and all of that fabulousness. But um, yeah, if you're interested, please let me know. Contact me in any way that you so choose, and just pay attention to yourself. That's my whole goal with the F3 Collective, which is the 50 plus, fierce and fit. And it's just it's a good place to be, right? Paying attention to yourself and enjoying yourself and going on this health and wellness journey for the second half of our lives. So I'm super excited to go live and chat with you. I love doing this. So give me a chat or give me a DM if you're interested to talk. And I hope you have a great evening.